And there we go.
We on?
We're on.
Is this us?
That's us.
Judd Zolgad,
That's
Jeff
me.
Dubé. I got to hold on a second
I think
here.
it's you.
I'm Zolgad. He's Dubé. Judd Dubé's the show. 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. weekdays, 1500 ESPN. Also, Vikings Ventline right after games.
Hey,
that's what we
get off
are.
my arm
Sorry about
rest.
that. Hold on. That's what we're completing right now. Vikings Ventline just got done. And, of course, as we all thought, the Vikings destroyed the Eagles today, 48-30 at the Metrodome. Second to last game ever in the Metrodome. Jeff, where do you want to start? You want to start with Greg
I'll start by
Jennings?
getting my hat back on.
You want to? Oh, very nice. Company hat.
Yes.
You want to start with Greg Jennings? You want to start with Matt Castle? You want to start with a defense? You want to start with Peterson and Gerhardt out? I mean, the Vikings had nothing going for them today, really. And they
Going in. And
yeah.
then when
Until the game started.
yeah.
Well, and then they had Chip Kelly going for him because he coached a terrible game. And by the way, this really is my hair after wearing a hat. Whoa, look at that.
That's
Go ahead.
That's
go.
not an anecdote. You have to pick and choose.
No, that's good.
Yeah, I mean,
Stylish.
the Eagles had won 5 in a row. They're looking every bit a playoff team. They were looking like a team that might even maybe be dangerous in the playoffs. And the Vikings had their top 2 running backs out, their top 2 tight ends out, their
Yes.
top 2 corners out,
Yeah.
vulnerability everywhere.
Yes.
I mean, the Vikings suck when they're healthy. I mean, it is what it is. But this team was...
Well, Chris Cook's terrible.
Yeah, he is.
The running backs aren't terrible, but they were both out, and Matt Asiata
was not very good.
Bill Musgrave, here's all you need to know about today's game. Bill Musgrave outcoached Chip Kelly. The
Yeah.
Vikings did not have a running back who you would consider to be probably an NFL caliber running back. Matt Asiata, and the Vikings had total 35 carries. They threw the ball 35 times. It's a perfect run-to-pass ratio.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles completely aborted the run. The Eagles acted like they were down by 25 points
Yes.
the whole game. The Eagles,
Yes.
who had won, 5 in a row and had looked pretty good, were panicked the whole game. Philadelphia
Yeah.
played right into the Vikings' hands. I'm not taking anything away from the Vikings. They won the game. But Philadelphia looked like a team that I would consider, after seeing them today, to be an absolute no count.
Yeah, here are the 2 big keys to this game. Number one, the fact that the Vikings came out early and put together long time consuming drives, because I think that got in the heads of the Eagles coaching staff. I mean, I don't know how else you could explain only giving 8 carries to the league's leading rusher. I mean, they coached and played with a sense of urgency on offense that they just didn't need to have, with abandoning the run and going for the crazy 4th down in the 3rd quarter. And I can't help but believe that's because the Vikings set a tone early with long time-consuming drives and made it clear that this is our ball and we're not going to share it. And the Eagles started thinking, okay, we're going to have to strike quick. If we're going to strike, we're going to have to have quick responses. And they didn't. They panicked unnecessarily.
Chip Kelly goes for it the 3rd quarter on 4th and 1 at his own 24-yard line.
I mean, that's Mike Smith dumb.
And gives the Vikings 3 points.
Yeah, that's Mike Smith
And the score was 24-9 at that point.
And
the game was far from out of hand, and Philadelphia made a run after that.
Well, that's my second key to the game. It is 27-22. The Eagles have come back, and the Vikings are looking at a 3rd and 14, where if they give it the ball, don't be surprised if the Eagles take a lead and don't look back. And on 3rd and 14, Castle makes a play, much like he did on 4th and 11 against the Bears. And he hits Chase Ford, who avoids a would-be tackler and rumbles down to the 5-yard line, and that's ball game. I mean, that's it. The Vikings put it in the end zone, and they don't look back. And without that play, I don't know how this game goes.
Stick with me here, but I'm going to say this. In the first half of this game, the Vikings' best defense was their offense.
Oh, yeah.
Time of possession for the Eagles, 10-plus minutes.
Yeah.
In a high-powered offense that's supposed to be able to score quickly, strike quickly.
Yeah.
The Vikings' offense kept them off the field.
Very efficient offense.
Matt Castle, once again, by the way, proved why he should have been quarterback all season long. I will caution, as I have every time I've said this, don't get too excited about this. I'm not saying he's the long-term answer.
Right.
I'm not saying he's a great quarterback. But my gosh, you know who should sue the Vikings? You know who should file suit the day after the season ends?
Yes, himself. Greg Jennings himself.
Greg Jennings. Greg Jennings should sue this team for non-support. Because when you look at what this team did to Greg Jennings by forcing Christian Ponder upon him, forget Cordell Patterson for 1 second. Cordero will be fine. Cordero's a phenomenal player, has a long career. Greg Jennings is a veteran guy who signed here with the faith that he would be a key receiver, and he might as well have not been on the roster when Christian Ponder was playing. And I didn't realize, and we haven't talked about it that much, I didn't realize what a difference it would make when you had a real quarterback playing with Greg Jennings. Patterson's a great talent. Patterson's great. But you give Jennings, a professional quarterback, career-high 11 catches?
11
Is that
catches.
right today?
11 catches.
Greg Jennings has a case to make for this team completely misusing him by forcing Christian Ponder on him.
Agreed. So we're approaching the 5-minute mark here. So let's put a wrap.
Let's put a wrap on it real quick. Report today, CBS Sports reporting Spielman will be back, and that the Vikings have already reached out to Bill O'Brien, Penn State head coach. Good or bad move if they hired Bill O'Brien?
I like him. I feel bad for Penn State. I mean, they found a guy who's doing a much better job than I thought anybody could do there. So, I mean, the guy can handle adversity.
Let's not worry about Penn State. We're late.
I know.
How do you feel about him for the Vikings?
I mean, he's off the Belichick tree, and he's a passing game / quarterback guru. So, I mean, I think he's right in our wheelhouse. I like him a lot.
Bill O'Brien, the first name to surface. There will be more.
And I love his potatoes.
There will be more of these videos, too, hopefully.
With the little peppers.
By the way, I'm representing Matt Burke right now.
Man.
I never got near this scope.
Who am I? God, not Matt Burke.
Don Lucia.
Yeah.
I'm Judd. He's Dubé. Judd and Dubé's the show, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Weekdays, 1500 ESPN. Viking Ventline right after shows. And, of course, these videos after Vikings games. Thanks for coming to 1500ESPN.com and listen to us go
all the time.
on and on.
Every day forever.
Bye. See ya.